Hey guys, Dazanar here. It's either going to be a very, very short video about Suki swimming or something else. Right now we're at House Scott. I'm going to take this little butt head out. Of course she gets plastic right away. But definitely just want to say hope you guys are having a nice day. And hopefully I'll catch you on in the next few seconds with some content. Whoo, is this water cold? Oh, it does not look cold. It looks very inviting, and this is tidbit nipply. You trying to come with me? She's a little swim fiend. Look at her. It's not too bad once you kind of just sit in the water, but it is pretty chilly. Look at that. Now you might think this is just a nature video, but it's not. I wanted to talk to you guys about the metaverse in this video again, because that's been really on my mind, because you guys, as you guys probably know, I'm a big cryptocurrency fan, and metaverse is a simulation kind of idea, or a virtual reality kind of idea, and I am also a simulation fan. So combine the two and you make one very happy Dazanar. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Once I get on track, she's so distracting. Found another water hole, wanted to take her off in one more quick dip. So the idea of the metaverse, I believe I explained this in like 2-3 videos before, but it's an idea that Mark Zuckerberg and a lot of other big brainy thinky people are pushing out there. This idea that we could have a social meeting space in a virtual space, in a virtual or augmented setting. This idea that we could like have social meetings or group activities, or even like government meetings, like going to the DMV and doing all of this on virtual worlds. That is kind of the premise of the metaverse, like augmenting this idea of a video game sphere with reality, and allowing people to go to like church within their metaverse or video game, whatever they're playing. And these, oh god damn, she keeps going into these muddy muds. This, yeah, no bueno. Anyways, so there's a whole bunch of companies starting up a whole bunch of different projects, a whole bunch of different types of games. I think some of the more interesting ones, personally, not game-wise, a lot of the games, if you ask me, from what I've seen, suck big time right now. It's very, 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 very early. Everything's in the beta and alpha, but things that seem promising are kind of what Zuckerberg was talking about, like spaces that are slightly based on reality or whatnot. People are in certain games selling and developing real estate within the virtual sphere. There are properties in the virtual sphere that have already sold for, I think the largest one so far is on a metaverse virtual world is $2.4 million. Someone sold a plot of virtual land for $2.4 million in a game. It's crazy. So there's a whole bunch of these popping up, and I think their end-all goal is to be able to link these little worlds together so that you can like go from one game to another game, or have the games even integrated into some sort of like DC Marvel universe kind of fantasy for crypto games of the future. That's kind of interesting to me, knowing where this could actually go. But some of the big projects out there right now are stuff like Decentraland, which runs off of Mana. That is the blockchain or crypto coin aspect of it, Mana, M-A-N-A. And Facebook went ahead and scooped them up and partnered with them, and the price of that exploded in October when Mark Zuckerberg made his announcement that that's what they plan to be doing. He plans to be going all in on the idea of a metaverse, which is, like I said, a virtual world that they hope to essentially entangle everyone into and make it an essential part of people's lives. Allow me 1 second to gather my thoughts. So yeah, the goal is to get people to join these places and have them spend their time and money in these worlds. And you can also earn money in these worlds and make money on these worlds. Like I said, you can sell property, or you can sell art, NFTs. The future for this is wide open. Who knows what's going to be possible, but it's going to be possible. And you have the option to be an early adopter or the hardcore resistance. And the early adopters are going to be able to make fortunes inside these worlds. Just like the first stars were the biggest stars, just like the first billionaires that we have in our society, they made the majority of the wealth, right? Those are the bigs. Maybe the human billionaire relation isn't necessarily a good example, but early adopters are more likely to make bigger profits and gains than people who come later down the line. So you have that advantage right now that most people are just seeing the hype and buying the crypto coins, trying to trade them, trying to gain money that way as their value speculatively goes up this year because it's brand new. So their value has gone from like, well, Mana itself went from 60 to 80 cents. That's what it was doing this summer when I purchased some. And then it went all the way up to like $5 something this week, $5 and something cents. So it's pretty explosive. I think there's some more upgrowth for it this year, but eventually all that hype's gonna die down when the whole crypto market takes a nosedive, whenever it does for real, for this cycle. And that's when you will be able to decide whether you want to scoop these coins up on the cheap and jump into these worlds and be one of those first early adopters and start playing, right? And that would be your opportunity when you can buy the most of that coin for the cheapest price and then use that money inside that virtual world to make even more money. People have already done this with certain crypto games. Axis Infinity is one of the more popular ones. It's kind of like, I don't want to say Pokemon, but sort of similar to like a battle monster game in which you have stats and you upgrade your battle monsters, and then you can sell that battle monster, sell it to someone else, and then they can use that to boost up their team and get their team stronger. And so people have started making 7-figure incomes off of that if they were the first people to jump in on that. So there's like several hundred to thousands of people that are making like $1 million or more a year off of these games. It just depends on if you're an early adopter or not. And then there's like hundreds of thousands of people that are just making like small-time income off of these games, especially if you're in a third world country. It's big bucks for you if you're making like, even if you're making $1,000 a month and you're from like Vietnam or the Philippines or some other country that's not making a lot of money. Like that's huge income upgrade for you. Now there are some downsides to this allurement to this new virtual world. So the So the downside to this situation is that it's going to, I think I talked about this too, it's going to attract people away from reality and into these virtual realities. It's going to hyper accelerate the apathy of people for the natural world and further continue this dark energy transition that hyper accelerates isolation between people. Yeah, I mean, that's what's happening to us. You can look out in the galaxies and see it happen to them. It's happening to them. And the only way to combat that is to be a sustainable, striving source of energy in the universe. And I just don't know if that's a real thing. You know, I like to believe personally, I'm getting off onto a tangent here, that galaxies have some sort of conscious, some sort of panpsychic, above our understanding kind of function in reality. And if they could ever understand to be a sustainable force, they might persist. But we look around and our astronomers can look around and it's just not a hopeful sight up in the sky. You look down here and it's becoming less and less hopeful down here. So as the allure of making money, of escaping a decaying world, of escaping ever-increasing regulation on the people, on the poorest, on the middle class, on the lowers, as more and more stress and anxiety and pressure gets put down on that position of people, escapes will look more and more alluring. So that is the major downside. It is practically the downfall of Homo sapiens. Maybe not humanity. Maybe the idea of humanity continues to evolve forward. I'm not sure. I guess it's still evolution if it's technological. But what it isn't is not biological evolution at that point. Oh, depends on how you see that reality playing out. So, really cool ideas for the future that might give us something to look forward to, give us a place to escape to, but at the same time hyper accelerate our apathy. Yeah. That's the metaverse. That's what's coming. So what do you guys think? If you're commenting down below, give me a like, please. I'd appreciate that. I think I'm going to go back onto explaining my view of a simulated reality in the next video. I just wanted to continue talking about the metaverse and its upside and its downside that's quickly coming our way. So I hope you enjoyed. Take care, guys.